Job interviews are the bane of existence for many stutterers and non-stutterers. Fears of being studied by someone else and being surprised by various questions. Most stutterers are terrified of interviews, but such need not be the case. Interviews offer wonderful opportunities to continue the process of making ourselves the person that we wish to be. The interview is really a place to make friends. My interviewer is judging my speech. After changing my mind and attitude, I started giving better interviews. It is the mind that dictates what you are and how you perform. The fears of speech will die faster and faster until they are no more. Be patient and persistent as you use your crisis speech plan, and watch and feel the fears of speech fall away into oblivion. The foregoing is what I recommend to you to achieve job interview fluency. It's a great opportunity. Start enjoying it now.
Oh, folks, this guy's telling you how to get a job. I hope you're just taking notes, huh? He's giving you the secret recipe, huh? Come on, folks, pay attention, all right?
Simple. Preparation, preparation, preparation. I will do everything to put my mindset correct, because it is the mindset with which you approach the interview. Start slow and get into the flow. Take your first 5 minutes, 10 minutes to settle yourself. Do not rush. Just try to get a good start. Once you have the start, then you are flowing like anything.
I'm typically on the opposite side, so I'm hiring people. But everything that Coach Lee talks about fits for the person that's hiring the person too. We have to say it like we mean it, sell our position like the interviewee is selling themselves. I am selling my company to come to. And because I stuttered, I know what it feels like to be on that side too. So I do think that I try to reduce the tension for the interviewee, try to put them at ease. When I do that, I think it goes better, but I always have my crutches handy. Thank you, Coach Lee, for talking about this. It's a very important topic for all of us.
What would your advice be to all those people who stutter, and I think especially younger people, that think the whole world is watching them and the whole world is listening to them every time they speak?
It all comes down to focusing on your message. And I've said it in many times here that the word how, H-O-W, if you can think in your mind, how can I say this to Tara right now and say it in a more appealing and interesting and challenging and joyful way? How can I do that? If I think how instead of words, I must not allow myself to plan my words. That's not going to happen. I'll think something, but I will not plan my words. End of story.
Real quick, I just want to say something, like in regards to what you guys was just talking about. So listen, if you worry about the spotlight being on you, and this is something that Dean Lovett said the other day in a meeting, right? And it's very profound and something that stuck with me, all right? So like if you go into a room, right? You're going into the room, there's other people in the room, and then you're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your speech. You're thinking about what you're going to say and all that. The spotlight's on you. But if you go into a room and you think about other people, want to get to know them, to show them love, guess what? The spotlight's not on you anymore. It's on them. And by doing that, you actually open up your heart and you get to know people. You're making connections. You're making friends. You might even meet your lover by doing that. So don't think about yourself all the time. Think about others. Anyways.
The first and most important thing that everyone should do before an interview is mind training. Please, guys, do your mind training properly. Do hypnosis, and then do the auto suggestions. This combination always works really well, and it's so effective. Learn about the company, learn about what they are researching at the moment, and also learn about the news right? For example, what they have done and that has come in the news, right? So that's also very important. And when you speak with passion. The crutch that always worked for me during the interviews was voice modulation. I always try to speak in a sing-songy way, and it has always helped me because it kind of, like reduce my anxiety. And it also, I also have space to think, how am I going to express this message? So sing-songy way has helped me the most.
Somehow, somewhat, I started to think negatively. So I would be very thankful to Coach Lee if he gives 2 cent off advice on this.
Repetition is the key. The most repeat neuroscience, which is a relatively new, around the late 1900s, science in the medical world, at least named as such, teaches us that repetition, the most repeated thought becomes the dominant thought, and the dominant thought becomes our reality, and the reality is who we are. If you walk around all day long saying, I'm stupid, I'm stupid, I'm stupid, you will effectively lower your intellect, your academic abilities. You will diminish them. You can do the reverse by saying, I'm smart. It's not going to add 50 points onto your IQ test, but your performance, whatever skill sets you have, you can take it to the maximum. And I would bet $100 to a donut that neither you nor anybody here is performing at their maximum abilities. So repetition is the key, and that's what you want to keep doing. And when you have these negative thoughts, again, drown them with the reverse. I love to speak under pressure. I love to speak slowly. I love to emphasize my thoughts. I love to smile when I, say what you want to do. You're not going to find yourself. You're going to create yourself. You can change yourself within certain reasonable parameters. You can become the person you want to be. And that's one reason why stuttering is a blessing. Because to beat stuttering, we have to learn this lesson.
That's right. Slow down, man. That's all. Just slow it down. Come on, have some fun with it. Strut a little bit. Like John Travolta. All right.
So I've done in my life many, many interviews, 100 plus. And the most important thing is that the person you interviewed is petrified if they have because it's an unknown situation for them. So they are fluent, but they're petrified. And like us, they are just the same. What I have found is the most important for a person being interviewed is eye contact. The person interviewing you, look at them in the eyes. Don't interrupt. Ask questions. If they ask you for a drink, always take water, not coffee, because you'll probably pick it up, your hand will shake, and it'll mess all over you. Not a good start. Finally, when you walk into their office, look what's on the walls. Interact. You like fishing. You like rugby. You like football. Make an instant rapport. At the end, shake their hand firmly, look them in the eye, and say, thank you for the interview. That's all I can say for the day.
Thanks again, Steve, and thank you all for coming.
All right, folks, it's time to close our meeting. I hope you enjoyed exchanging thoughts with ex-Stutters and those fast becoming ex-Stutters. I will now end with a motto. You can say one word anywhere, anytime. You can say and love to say any word, anywhere, anytime. Until next Saturday, have a great weekend, folks. Oh!
Unlock your voice with StopStutter.